Hey guys, what's going on? My name is DC, and I'm kind of a big deal. And holy hell, guys, it's summertime. Are you guys stoked? Because I'm stoked. It's the time of the year when the world blesses us with the sun to make girls, for some unknown reason, to wear less and less clothing. I don't know. I sometimes love how things work. This is probably one of my favorite times of the year, although I fucking can't stand the heat. I do love girls practically naked walking around like nothing's happening. I don't know. Might just be me, but it could also be you. Who knows? But anyways, guys, today I'm going to tell you the story when summer granted me with its gifts early this year. Today, my story is the naked party. Now, for any of the... First off, I want to say that I'm not trying to rip this off some fucking American Pie movie, because I just realized that kind of sounded like an American Pie title. Didn't occur to me when I was actually thinking about how I was going to put this thing together. But whatever, just a disclaimer kind of thing. You might not have thought about that, but now you do know. Now you'll notice throughout this entire commentary, that's just going to go through your head. Fuck, I'm going on a rant. Okay, I'm going to quit that. So anyways, now for any of you who know or have been following my channel, know that I am not a rookie at whipping out the old beaver basher, beef whistle at a party. And for any of you not getting any of these nicknames, I'm talking about my penis. Doing the old helicopter maneuver. And if I do say so myself, the helicopter is a fantastic distraction in beer pong. Okay, now before I get ahead of myself and give you a detailed description of how to implicate this maneuver at the perfect moment of making it so your enemy or the opposing team does not make a cup, I'm sure you're still interested in the story. How about I'm just going to get to that before I just keep going on and on and on and on. But if you are interested, private message me, and I will give you some private lessons if you get what I'm saying. Okay? No homo. A little homo. Okay, it's pretty homo. I won't lie. It's kind of homo, but it's whatever. We're all kind of chill around here, I think. So, this story takes place on the last day of school for my graduating class. And for those of you who do not know and live under a rock, this is the night a shit ton of parties happen. Now, when you eventually get to the age and acquire the opportunities to go to one of these parties and or get invited, I will give you a quick pointer on which one to choose. And that answer is actually kind of simple if you can't figure it out yourself. Pick the one with the booze and babes, as I did, which led up to the events of this story. So before I get into the juicy details, I'm going to start this off with the beginning of where this story started to take its snowball effect, which was right after graduation, actually. So after graduation actually happened, me and my buddy met up and we were trying to decide our path of destruction we wanted to take that evening. We knew of several decent parties that were going to be going on throughout the night, and we're trying to decide if we wanted to hit up all of them or just stick to like one of them, like find one that actually has some decent booze and had the option and or possibility of hooking up with a girl. And so we decided that, hey, let's just stay at the one where we just get fucking drunk at, because we're going to probably go to multiple ones, and whichever one we end up actually getting drunk enough to not be able to drive, we'll stay there, because drinking and driving is not cool. Okay? Look at me being a good role model. What a change of events. Wow. That's... I kind of felt good inside. Alright. Just kidding. But not kidding. Don't drink and drive. Seriously. So, we started the night at this party that didn't even start yet. We kind of just roll up there, and me and my buddy were just like, "Oh, this party isn't going on right quite yet." And the guy's like, "Hey man, you should stay for a little bit." And for those of you who don't know, don't ever go to a party that actually hasn't actually started partying. And in other words, don't go there if there's not a shit ton of people already there. Otherwise, it gets pretty lame pretty quick. So me and my buddy were there for about an hour. People started slowly coming in, and we're just like, "Oh man, yeah, we should go, dude. This one's kind of lame." And so me and him peace out, and we go to this next house, get out of our cars a few miles down the road, roll up there like we own the fucking place, and we're just like, "Yo, let's party." And we go inside, and it's full of pot smokers. And for those of you who don't know, I do not partake in the recreational use of enjoying marijuana. I think that's what I was getting at. Yeah, I don't smoke. I drink. That is the adolescent thing that I do that I should not be doing. I drink. And so I was like, "All right, well, you guys at least have some booze?" And they're like, "No, man, we're smoking the ganj." Okay, they didn't really say that, but it would have been kind of awesome. But yeah, they were pretty much all high, and I was just like, all right, man, let's get out of here. So me and him go to this next party, and there was a shit ton of cars out front. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be badass, man. We roll up on in there and knock on the door. I didn't knock on the door. Come on, I'm me. I just walk up in that bitch. Okay, I knocked on the door. I won't lie, I knocked on the door. And go in there, and I'm just like, hey guys. Wow, there's a lot of guys here. There's not a single chick. Yeah, it was a fucking sausage fest. And sausage fests are not fun. So I'm like, all right, well, do you guys at least have any booze? And you know what their reply was? Of course you don't know, because I have not told you, and I don't believe you were there. I mean, you could have been, and if you were, you're a douchebag. Their reply was, yeah, dude, we have booze. We have Mike's Hard and Keystone in the fridge. And I'm just like, oh, you do not have booze. I'm gonna go. And so me and my buddy kind of look at each other, and we're just like, yeah, that ain't us, guys. We're gonna go somewhere that actually has some sort of female activity going on. So we got in the car, and my buddy's just like, hey man, you know, we should probably just go home, you know, drink with your bro or something. This is kind of lame. Looks like there's not gonna be any speed parties tonight. They're probably already all at this graduation party at the high school, drinking there and stuff, and I was dumb enough and didn't buy tickets. And I was like, yeah, sounds like a good idea. When suddenly, out of nowhere, I kind of wish I had the Pokemon battle song right now. You know, the one where you're just about to get into a battle. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about if you had a good childhood. My phone rang, and it was this girl from a town about 45 minutes away, and she was like, hey, bro, want to go to this party? There are pretty much only girls here, and we want more dudes. Do you know how magical of a sentence that is? My reply was like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. So me and my buddy are driving down there talking about our game plan. We're like, yeah, dude, we're just gonna fuck all of them. Okay, not that, because, you know, I mean, I am like the Energizer Bunny, but, you know, batteries run out every once in a while. And especially when you are drunk. Actually, when you're drunk, you have a thing called a whiskey dick. I don't know if you guys have ever had that happen to you. But sometimes it's not fun, and sometimes it's amazing. I will finish this story, and you guys will find out what happened to me. So, me and my buddy get there, and we rolling like badasses. We're probably driving down the road about 80 miles an hour in my shitty Honda Civic, because I'm boss like that. End up at the house, go up in there, and oh my god, there had to been like at least, no, there was like 17 girls there. Yeah, and there was only like 2 guys there because they were there with their girlfriends. And me and my buddy's ratio kind of looked pretty good that night. And to top it off, they had beer pong without beer, which, in other words, they had only hard alcohol. And I can hold my liquor pretty well, except when it comes to Jaeger, which is pretty much 40% of what they had. They had like a half gallon, 2/5 of Jaeger, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get so drunk tonight. So, me and my buddy, we're just kind of sitting there, you know, kind of hanging out. I'm looking around, and I'm realizing, I'm like, wow, most of these people are pretty fucking drunk right now. Like, all these girls here are not white girl drunk, but they're pretty drunk. And white girl drunk is pretty much, if you don't know what white girl drunk is, then you'll find out eventually. I'm not going to explain it to you. I don't have enough time. But these girls were all pretty drunk, and me and my buddy were just like, dude, we're not drunk yet. And I'm just like, challenge accepted. Go over there, just start taking shots and stuff. And then my bro comes up to me and he's like, dude, wait up, man. Wait up. You don't want to get too drunk yet. And I'm just like, true point. And so we're just sitting there sipping on our drinks, and we're waiting to get accepted into a beer pong challenge, or somebody would be like, hey, let's play beer pong. And I'm like, yay. And so I'm just sitting there, and they're finally like, hey, you guys, come over here and play beer pong with us. And so we go over there, and I'm just like, all right, let's do this. And out of respect, a little pro tip right here, for every game of beer pong you play at a different house, or before you play beer pong at somebody else's house that is not yours, ask what their house rules are, because most of the time, from at least my experience, rules change from house to house. Like, I mean, the basic rules are there, but I mean, sometimes they have something odd like this one, which was every team that wins, they get to choose a rule for the other team. And the rule for our team was that every drink that somebody took on our team, the other person, like, say my buddy had to drink one, I had to drink 3. And it wasn't just drinks from our cup, it was 3 shots. Okay? He had to take a shot, I had to take 3 shots. That was the rule. It was a rule of however you set it up, that's how many, like, one of our people would be the main drinker and the other one would take the shot. I volunteered myself because I'm a badass like that and I like to drink. And so we start playing this, and they probably made like good 3 or 4 cups. And I mean, you know, if you add that up, I don't feel like adding it. It's like 9 cups, yeah, or 9 shots. So I'm feeling pretty. I'm pretty good right now. I mean, I'm not drunk, but I'm drunk. And so after that, they had a good 5 cups up, and I sunk every single one after that. And I was like, "What up, bitches?" And they're just like, "Hey, you don't say that." And I was like, "Oh, bitch, get out of here." That's not how it went, but that's pretty much how it went. That didn't make sense. I don't even care. So they left. Next group of people came up, and they were just like, "Okay, so what are your guys' rules?" And I'm like, "All right, I got this rule right here. Wear shirts, your skins." And before I even finished that sentence, their fucking shirts and bras were on the goddamn ground. Now it's just like, "You goddamn dirty bitch, you dirty girl." And so we started playing. They probably made a good 2 or 3 cups. You know, the rules didn't stay the same for me drinking 3 shots. It's just for that game. And so we finished that game, and I'm kind of looking around. And I don't know if it was just drunk vision or if it was actually true. I'm pretty sure it's true. There was more and more girls just with their shirts off, like just boobies everywhere. And I was just like, I could get used to something like this. I might go to college. And so I'm just like, all right, next team comes up. And I'm just like, let's do this shit. And they kick our ass. And I'm just like, well, that was dumb. And so we're sitting there kind of waiting for the next team to go up, and nobody challenged them. And so I was just like, all right, we'll play again. They're like, okay, you know what your challenge is going to be? And I'm like, what? They're like, you have to drink all the drinks except it has to be Jaeger. And I was like, fuck you. You know that? Fuck you. You did that on purpose. And so we started playing. They made about 5 cups, and I don't remember the rest. And so, needless to say, this is what I was told from that night. We were sitting there playing, playing games. I was drunk off my ass, apparently. Apparently, they all thought that I was actually pretty sober. They thought I was the soberest out of all of them. I don't remember a goddamn thing. And I got every single girl there pretty much completely naked. I really wish I remembered this. I don't, though. I have pictures. I would post them, but I cannot. But I do have pictures. And every single girl there was pretty much naked. I apparently whipped out my dick and was helicoptering everywhere like a goddamn boss. I was probably going to take off there pretty quick. And I was like, yeah, let's do this thing, And then I was like, where am I going to sleep tonight? And this girl was like, oh, my mom and dad aren't home. They have a California king-size bed. And her friends were like, yeah, let's go sleep in there. And so we run in there. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get some. And then I threw up. Fucking everywhere. I zigzagged down their hall. That was a good 20 feet of throw up. You know what this means, guys? I let humanity down again. I do that too often. This is now my suicide note to the rest of the world. This story is suicide. Okay, that's just too far. I'm not going to commit suicide. But seriously, I don't even remember how many girls I was going to go into bed with that night. I don't know if they're drunk or naked or not. My buddy says that a good amount of them were naked, but I was probably going to go to sleep with about 4 or 5 girls. And I threw up. And they were like, ew, that's gross. And you know what they did? They left me in the goddamn hallway and my goddamn puke. What a bunch of bitches. Anyways, guys, that has been my story. I've gone way over this gameplay. I don't know if you're still even watching this. This is a little bit long. Long. I don't even know why I'm laughing. But I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought and how disappointed you are with the acts that I have committed once again. It makes me want to cry. I'm just kidding. So, guys, also, I have a question before I actually end this thing. Last video I made, you guys did not answer if you wanted me to make a Facebook and Twitter. If you want me to make a Facebook and Twitter, let me know. I will. then I will stop messaging you over Xbox or having people tell you via Xbox. And you can just follow me on Twitter, and I'll just let you know whenever I'm about to release a video or have a video released. Anyways, guys, my name is DC. I'm kind of a big deal, and I'm a goddamn failure to mankind.